Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. You may be wondering, what the fuck is this? This is not a Minecraft video, what is going on? And yeah, you're right, it's not. It's a new game that I found. Yeah, we're trying to differentiate the content on this channel. Of course, here's this new game that I found about a month ago. It's called Heartwood. It's a 2D mmorpg. And honestly, there's a lot of those, and I think this one may be pretty good. It could be different, and I think it is much more different. I've recently been playing the beta for about 12 hours now, without sleeping, so I thought it was actually pretty good, and I'd like to tell you guys all about it. I want to explain how, how it works, and the basic mechanics of it. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. You can actually go wishlist this game on Steam right now. It's free when it comes out fully. You can get it on the App Store, Google Play for free as well. It's called Heartwood. Coming 18th of August 2023. Be there, stay tuned, check it out. Don't shit your pants. And let's get on with the video. When you start off, the game asks you to create a character. In total, you can create up to 5 characters per account, and there are 4 classes in the game, so if you are someone who spends 1200 hours on a game just to get to the top of that leaderboard on all your accounts, and do end up maxing your character out, you can always make another one with the same exact class, or if you just want to change characters or names. So you can continue fueling your insanity by making even more characters, and grinding the same exact class. Yeah, there's no limits to this game, I know. Each class starts off the same, whether you're a warrior, rogue, priest, or mage. You get a sword and an outfit, which is already better than what I wear in real life, which is really saying something. It's only after level 5 that you start getting abilities that are different for each class. The warrior is basically a bullet sponge, taking all the damage while rushing in like a battle ram. Pair this up with the priest class and you've got yourself an unstoppable party. The rogue has a more mobile style of gameplay with a mixture of range and close-up attacks. This class is good if your style of gameplay is about speed. While being not as tough as the first classes, the priest class will be one of the most useful ones in the party. The nerds that pick priest class will have an ability to heal allies while damaging enemies at the same time, which does kind of make it one of the most OP classes, but mainly when you're playing with other people. The mage is a class which is pretty self-explanatory. He utilizes magic to take down enemies. You can use them up close and far away. Speaking of far away, why the hell do my arrows traverse the entire fucking map and hit some random ass boar I had no intention of beefing with? When you enter Heartwood, you're greeted by the Fur Trapper, one of the first NPCs you'll meet alongside Geraldo, a merchant who sells overpriced items. The Fur Trapper says that the player looks like he's been traveling a while, suggesting a backstory of how you ended up in Heartwood. He quickly dismisses this message after realizing that I'm a huge lore nerd and gives you your first quest, to collect 10 rodent pelts. You are given a set of starting tools including a sword and a bunch of living rodent pelts running around. Most mobs in this game have a normal variant and a stronger one, which is usually differentiated by them looking, well, stronger. This isn't confirmed yet, but the loot table of the stronger enemies may be better than the weaker ones. Hey, look at that. You just leveled up and you just got 2 talent points, which you can spend on any 2 talents. Talents are important attributes in this game, since every class has a different playstyle which requires a certain talent level. For example, this character is a warrior, so I'm putting everything into attack and defense. Sorry Big Chungus, I just unlocked my healing ability, so I'm pretty much invulnerable now. After slaughtering the local population of bunnies, you can return to the Fur Trapper, who gives you a choice between 3 weapons. Each of these weapons has a different playstyle. The sword is close range and is able to hit multiple enemies, dealing collateral damage. However, the bow and the wand are unable to do so because they are long range, although I'm pretty sure the wand can deal short range collateral damage, but that's a debate for another day. After this, the Trapper requests 10 game meat, which I have no idea why it's called that, but it's the beta version, so I'm guessing they'll change it to full release. Game meat is also dropped by bunnies, so it's quite easy to obtain. After getting the 10 game meat, you can turn them in for a pair of fresh Tims, which sadly require level 4 to use, so you're gonna have to wait to grind a little more. The next item the Trapper requests is some soft hide, which is dropped by deer that can be found just above the rabbit spawn. There are 4 types of deer: normal, horned, big deer, and elder stag. Those are names that I'm not sure are official, but that's what I'm calling them. The elder stag is a new type of enemy, which I call raid enemies, since in order to defeat them, you're most likely gonna need to find some friends to assist you, because the deer is that tough. Partying up for raid enemies also gives you the permission to attack others' enemies, since if a player attacks an enemy, that enemy can only be defeated by that same player, or those in the player's party, which is why raid bosses require a party. In exchange for the soft hide, you get a Trapper vest, which can only be worn at level 5, which is also the level when you get your second skill at. I'll talk about skills in another part of this video, so you can check the timestamps for that. From now on, you stop obtaining XP from lower level mobs such as bunnies, since your character already knows that they're too smart not to attack you and too dumb to fight back. After the soft hide mission, you get another one which will send you over to the swine pits, and I tell you, it is the most painful grind I've ever done. I was in a call with a friend while playing it, and I got my 10 boar tusks in about half an hour, while he spent a whole hour to get only 4 of them. The drop-in rates for items are entirely random and luck-based, so have fun running around in one area trying to find a boar that isn't already being attacked by another player while getting chased by 6 other boars. After spending 8 hours here and obtaining the tusks, you can finally trade them for a pigskin shield. The devs assumed that by this time you'd already be around level 90, since it takes so long to get the fucking tusks, so they made the shield only be equipable at level 12. The next mission is getting 15 feathers, which will take you up above the swine pits to the tailor house, which is closed at the moment. On the right, you'll meet Ezra, another merchant who sells even better items than Geraldo. Take that, Geraldo. Going back to the house, you meet its only visible resident, Kiva, who tells you about her husband who went out to hunt down the elder stag. Your mission here is to hunt him down and bring the love letter in his bag in exchange for the hunter's hat. I brushed off the request and forgot about it after 7 nanoseconds. After crossing the bridge on the left, you enter the outer bone mine. Here you'll find vultures, which are mobs that you need to obtain feathers for your next mission. I recommend getting to at least level 8 before attacking these guys. Make sure to keep using your healing skill when you feel like you're about to die. If you do die, don't worry, because you respawn at the nearest angel statue, which is right above. At this one, you'll find Hector Salamanca from a parallel universe, kneeling before the Yakuza Guild's grave. If you know, you know.
You failed!
Devastated by his loss, he sits there for eternity and refuses to speak to you. Vultures also have a special variant of mob that's stronger, as said by a random stranger on the internet that I partied up with. Source, trust me, bro. After finishing the feather quest, you can pick another weapon, depending on your playstyle and class of character. I picked the walking stick and immediately sold it off for a spear because it was a mage item, therefore useless as fuck. The next quest is about getting some bones, which can be obtained from the skeletons right next to the vultures. Skeletons also drop gold, which is used for buying cosmetics and items from Ezra and not Geraldo, because all my homies hate Geraldo. There are 2 types of skeletons, normal ones and minor skeletons. They both drop bones, which are rare items. Skeletons are also a good way to level up since they give a lot of XP at the level you're at. After completing the bone task, you receive a bone collar, which is your first accessory that you need level 17 in order to wear. This is the final reward since the next quest requires wool, which does not exist in beta access. In this chapter, I'll talk about skills. Skills are abilities that every character gets at a certain level. The first skill is the healing one, which is the one that every character unlocks. It has a 10-second cooldown, which gives you time to attack a mob and retreat. This skill can be used while running, which is especially useful when trying to flee from battle, or while you're fighting. For now, I only have the knowledge of the first set of skills for each class. The warrior's first ability is called Feral Strike, and it's a double swoosh attack that deals damage from mid-range distance. His second skill is a Ground Slam. It pretty much Hulk smashes everything and everyone in its way, including air targets. The rogue's skill is a triple shuriken throw that you can hit multiple targets with, but if you get up close to an enemy and use it, then it's pretty much a shotgun, which is the way I recommend you use it. The priest's ability is called Purify. It's a projectile that deals damage and heals allies at the same time. Remember when I told you priests are a must-have in a raid party? This is why. The priest's second ability is called Holy Nova, and it's also a healing spell, obviously, because it's a priest. It heals allies and the caster themselves in a small area. Last but not least, the mage's ability is called Freeze. It creates an ice spike wall inside the enemy, stopping them completely for a second or two, and dealing damage. In this chapter, I'll talk about the non-combat skills. These are passive skills that you'll be able to grind while doing chores such as mining, woodcutting, fishing, smithing, and carpenting. There's also an unreleased skill called lockpicking, which will be used to open locked containers. At the time of the recording, the game only has 4 ores: tin, copper, coal, and supposedly iron as well, although that's unconfirmed. Mining these ores increase your mining level, and smelting them in a furnace increases your blacksmithing level. Turning them into items increases your crafting level. And there's also 2 types of trees, pine and oak. These can be turned into planks and used for crafting tools. As far as customization goes, this game has cosmetics which can be obtained through grinding and spending money. The devs have said that they'll be staying away from pay-to-win mechanics, meaning whatever money you spend on the game, it won't help you progress. There is a paid currency in-game, but it won't be tradable to avoid people reselling it for in-game gold.
Excuse me, mate. Would you like to purchase some in-game currency with one of these credit cards that I stole?
现违规异常，了解详情请按0，由法语客服为您服务。
Oh, alright. Fair enough.
At the moment, there's only a handful of cosmetics available. You can dye your hair, your clothes, change your hairstyle, skin tone, and eye color. The basic stuff, you know. So, in conclusion, I think this game has potential. The devs are friendly and are very passionate about this project, so I think they did a pretty good job. The beta had a few bugs here and there, but they've all been reported by the players and hopefully will be fixed in the full release on the 18th of August. So if this game does interest you, you can wishlist it on Steam for free, or you can get it on the App Store or Google Play when it comes out. And honestly, I did have fun playing it. I think it's a grindy game. I do like those. I like 2D games, pixel games. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have fun with it and I'm gonna play it. But yeah, if you guys did like the video, thanks for sticking around. See ya.